Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. It's part of my friendship, part of my bitch, it's part of my bag, it's in zip, have my pick, I'm having this shit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Made Me podcast. I'm your host, Mario Glover. Today, we got a special guest, Rosco P, in the building, y'all. Hey, Rosco P, man, I appreciate you for coming through,
I
man.
appreciate you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the podcast.
For real, man. It's crazy that we never, officially met, you know what I'm saying, before, just being in the Lansing area and everything like that. Just, you feel me? Man. Tell us a little bit about Rosco P, man. Where you come from.
I'm a Lansing native. I'm kind of a low-key kind of person. A lot of people know I've been doing music around the scene for quite some time now. Just probably started taking off here recently around like the last 4 years, but all in all, Roscoe's a rager, and they know it. They know it. So
Like, that's what's up.
believe it. Yeah.
That's what's up. So, what is your previous work experiences? Like, has it always been music, or have you worked different jobs and did music?
Oh no, I've had 9 to 5s. I mean, in high school I was a pizza delivery guy, and then right after that, what did I do? I worked at Finish Line. I changed oil on cars. Um, I was a call service representative for the government for a while. Like I've done it all, but all the while the focus was let's do what we got to do to make Plan A be obtainable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which was to be where I'm at now. So,
That's
yeah.
what's up. Did you go to school for musical anything?
I did. I went for about 2 weeks. It was a music engineering class. Basically, it was like producing, but I was already producing. And around 2 weeks, the professor was asking me questions, and I was like, "All right, I'm just not coming anymore. I'm not coming anymore. I can't learn from this." And then,
Hey, school ain't for everybody.
he got to asking me questions. So I was like, "Oh man, I'm paying you to teach." So, but I dropped out, and I promised my mom that I would do something epic, and still holding myself to that promise to her. So, yeah,
That's what's up.
believe it.
That's what's up, man. So you mentioned you was producing and stuff like that. Like, what made you want to start producing?
Really nervousness, to be honest with you. I wasn't this guy that is confident enough to sit here in front of you and hold a conversation. I just wanted to be like the background person. So what I would do is I would produce a beat, and when I demoed it to a client, I would also have like a 16 bar verse that I would write, and I'd be like, "Yo, son, you got to come on it like this if you're gonna do it." And the person would look at me and be like, "Well, why don't you just do it? Like that was fire." And so after so long of people telling me that, I was like, well, I'll just give it a shot. Like, let's see what happens. And it was received well. So I then just kept sharpening iron, and
Yeah.
here we get to the finish line. So
I'm not playing.
believe it.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So, where did you learn how to produce and make them beats and stuff like that?
Seventh period jazz band, Sexton High School.
Okay.
Yep. I had a band teacher by the name of Solomon Parham who made a comment to me, well, not to me particularly, but to the class one day, and he said, "If you're a musician and you really take your craft seriously, you'll never have to work a 9 to 5." And that just rang true. So I was like, I don't want to. I don't
Right.
want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna hone this craft, and I started there. I had talked to him after class and was just like, "Man, what you said means a lot to me." It was like, well, I got this version of Fruity Loops, and I didn't know what that was. I didn't know that that was a producing tool that was going to be popular as it is now, and I think it was like version 6. I think we might be on like version 20 now, but that shows you like how far along long ago it was. And I remember taking it home and installing it and just playing with it every day after class. Eventually I got nice, and then,
Practice make perfect.
yeah,
baby.
just 10,000 hours on something and you'll master it. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
And like I told you, I always wanted to at least try to play with the drums and make beats and stuff like that when I was in school. So
Yeah, man.
just to be able to go to a church and see people like Tim and other people like that, just playing and
Yeah, man.
instruments, and then you said you know how to play them instruments, and that's what's up, man. So it's like
I was actually blessed. Like my uncle, all my like immediate family members are musicians. My uncle Thomas Jones is a professional jazz saxophonist and woodwindist altogether. And he was also the band director for Sexton High School up until about 2006. So even when I graduated, I was able to like learn. And he would tell me at like Sunday dinner time, you'd go to grandma's house and eat after church. So as a kid, he would just talk about these jazz gigs that he was going on. And I'm sitting here listening, like, man, that's work. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I was blessed. I was able to go to the high school as a young child and, get advanced lessons and do all things. So it just kind of worked out in my favor, man.
Right.
I just utilized the resources that was around me for real.
That's what's up, man. So you do know how to play like piano and drum and all that other stuff. Saxophone. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So like, do you produce your music, like all your music, or do you like, you work with other producers?
No, usually what I do is, like I said, if I'm in the studio, I'm going to, let's say if I'm going to Shaq, that's my guy. That's the main guy that's producing with me. So shout out Piano Boy for real. We go there and literally we sit next to each other and he just starts tinkering with sounds and I'm like, nah, let's go airy. Give me something like this, because we both have knowledge of it. So literally he's a master of his craft, I'm a master of what I'm doing, and it's like we're gonna put these two things together. He literally will build it, and by the time he's done, I'm done. Like I'll start writing.
Yeah, Shaq.
That used to be like an hour and a half process, and like again repetition and just those reps. It went from an hour and a half to an hour to 30 minutes to now we only write about half the song. We only write half, right? 8 bars and then go in there and we'll figure out the rest as we go in there. That's just how we do it now. So.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Like the teamwork and coming together and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, having different melodies and being able to put them together to make success, man. That's great.
Yeah, man. Great. Just over and over repetition, man.
For real, man. Like again, practice make perfect, and it's great. It's great ventures for you.
Absolutely.
How long you been rapping for?
I've been interested in this probably since about 6th grade. So but to take it really seriously, probably about 7 years now. And in these last 4, that's where things have just picked up. So it's like, it's a grind at first. Like that first 3 was rough. Having to work and doing a whole bunch of stuff and saving. One of the things that I like to do is not go out. Like, even though all my friends was going out, I was just like training myself, be disciplined. Like, stay in. You're going to miss out on a lot, but you're going to go up and level up so much. And you'll be able to go out and party on the level that you want to, with the type of funds and everything that you want to when you get there. But right now, if you just lock in right now, you'll be straight. So
it's key, man, sometimes, man. And a lot of people don't, they can't discipline themselves or they can't do different things. But, discipline, like you said, just locking in even for a little period of time can give you a different outcome, either the outcome you dreamed of or, the outcome that you used to. That's what's up. Like, so what inspired rap? Is it from you just like doing beats and rapping on the beats and stuff like that, or did you always like? Was it where did the whole want to be a rapper or a musician come from?
The whole wanting to be a musician came from fear, honestly, and it's not a normal fear. It's a fear of being average, like living 9 to 5. I did not want to do that. Like I did not see that as life. I did that for a year right after high school, and I sat in my car one day on my break working at the call center, and I was like, people do this until they're old? Every day? All the time? I can't. I literally cannot. Like, so that conversation that I told you with that band teacher, it rang in my head like, if you're a musician, you don't ever have to do this. So I was just like, well, whatever it takes at this point. So from that next day, I bought a notebook and I bought headphones and I would put them in underneath my shirt and I would listen to instrumentals and I would write at least a verse by the time I left. And I would do that every day until I got fired from that job for like a whole 2 years, just every day. But it helped out because check this out. When I left, I would try to go to the studio, and most people are writing in the studio, not me. I done spent all day at work writing. So it's like I would just come in with the notebook, like, let's get to it. Right. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was working with Lakaza the chemist. Shout out to him. He's really dope, too. I mean, Too Dramatic. Excuse me. Too Dramatic. But he was the chemist at that point in time. Hell yeah. So I would bring it to him, and we'd be like, "Yo, we can get in here. I already did all the legwork at work. You know what I'm saying? You're just waiting on me to get off."
Right.
And that's what I would do. So
What's up?
if I was gonna be at work, I was gonna have to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do while doing the work at work, so that I could just make the transition easier. Yeah, man.
Smart move. Smart
Believe
move. So, what inspired like these different sounds of, rap or music that melodies that you dish off? What inspires that? Like, I felt like I done heard a bit like I wouldn't say too much of rock and roll, but a rock and roll feel, or different, different melodies. Stuff
What
like
kind of
that.
inspires that? Well, like we live in a day and age where music is forever changing. So if you got 10 rappers and all 10 of them do the same thing, what makes you want to listen to one of them more than the other? So my goal was to be like what was going on in the mainstream. And at that time, when I started experimenting with melodies, Young Thug was one of the popular people at that point in time. Rich Homie Quan, I think Drake was lightly singing. So that's where I started dibbling and dabbling. Like, oh, okay, you can do this with the voice. Then I started realizing that just the same way that I play piano and drums and bass guitar, your vocal cords is also an instrument as well. Mixed along with auto tune and modern programming, if you can manipulate your voice, then you in turn are playing an instrument. You know what I mean? So the tune became my guitar. You know what I mean? So then practicing and getting better with my vocal abilities opened a whole lane of sounds and stuff that I could do from just playing around. So I just, again, repetition, sharpening iron, just doing it over and over and over again, man. That's how it got this way.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's up, man? It's different. Again, like you said, you can put 10 rappers doing, got the same type of flow or the same type of what's the name, but you know what I'm saying? You can come and have this different flow, this different, you know what I'm saying? Just to seem like you got a different genre of music.
Yeah,
And
I think nowadays we live in a time where vibes are appreciated, and vibes don't necessarily have to be lyrics. It's a feeling. It's just like if I can ride in this ambiance from point A to point B, this is a guy that I'm turning on, or this is the girl that I'm turning on for that. You know what I mean? Like if you could fill in or make music for every single occasion, then you win. But if you all sound the same, then we can only use it for one type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But if you can make multiples, then you win.
correct.
Yeah.
Right about that. Man, so talk to us a little bit about that common ground experience, man. Like tell us how it's like to have a lit show, yo, like to come out and you see all these fans, like and you just like Travis got the whole show out.
It takes some work. A lot of people was like, "Yo, it was like that," but no, it really was. But at the same time, like in order for what you see to be that way, just know that there was months of jogging, months of hitting the floor, and by hitting the floor, I mean like getting up, push-ups, getting ready, like literally gathering up my engineer, my DJ, my friends that also performed on that set, and we would practice 3 to 4 times a week. My manager, his mother, does work at the Beekman Center. Really thankful for her, and she was able to secure the gym facility for us. So when they were out of school, we would all head up there, and we're practicing for 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like everyone else may be going on doing what we're doing. It's like, no, we got a show in 3 months, fam. And in order for this to look as epic as it's gonna be, in order to jump up and down and do all of that stuff, like we literally need to know how that's gonna flow from start to the end. We need to practice jumping. We need to practice how this breathing is gonna feel when you turn up. If you're gonna climb on this guardrail, how are you going to interact with it? Like how are you going to draw people in? And just putting that amount of thought into it. What are some current events that are going on right now that can draw immediate crowd engagement? At that time, I forgot who had passed away. Somebody from Mobb Deep. Prodigy from Mobb Deep. He had passed away. And, like, that was just a time I knew that was a time where, like, yo, everybody knows him. That's here. Like, let's use this as a moment to bring everybody together right now. Current event. That's crowd engagement. Just thinking about planning that out. And that's just what it takes.
Free game.
For real, absolutely. And what was it like seeing those people? It was the scariest thing in my entire life, not gonna lie to you. Like I had done other festivals and stuff before, but let me tell you, I was listening to Big Sean prior to him actually finishing his set. And as he's finishing, I'm just walking and pacing back and forth, and I'm like, here we go. Here we go. And then next thing I know, my music's coming on, and I hear there's one more show, one more show. And then as soon as I came out, all I know is I just see people running. And I'm like, well, you can't smile. You can't smile. You can't freak out. You got to just go for it. Like, this is what you want. Show's now. So, and then I just took that energy and threw it back, and I was received well.
That's what's up, man. Blessings, blessings.
Believe it.
What was the feeling like, performing and getting to see like Big Sean and ASAP Rocky and French Montana, different things like that?
I mean, I got a message in church one time that says, when you meet success, you want to treat it like you've been there. Even if you haven't, treat it like you've been there. So prior to that, like, I had seen a lot of other musicians and like had done features with certain musicians and like had been around it. So to me, it was just like, I'm on the same bill. We're moving up. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it was more like, yes. Like, we're working our way there. But it was just good to be able to be in the same vicinity as people that are like doing something that you aspire to do.
Right.
On that level. It was like, wow, I'm like taking steps in a positive direction towards what I'm trying to do. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm not playing, man. Like, how did you get the opportunity to play at Common Grounds? Like, did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
No, it's a manual thing. If you want that, you got to go and get that. And literally, I didn't do anything special. I showed up early when what are they called? When the invitations get opened up, like they say, it's open. I guess enrollment, that's the word I'll use. Open enrollment for people who are trying to become festival acts or whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Where do they say that at? Like a website or something?
Sonic Bids at that time was the website that they were using, and that's like it's a place where venues and people that are throwing shows would go to acquire talent, and talent could go to acquire gigs. So I just utilized the program. I paid for the yearly subscriptions so you can apply to the gigs, and that's what I would do. I would take shots in the dark, like, you got a gig here, let's try it. Let's try it. But it's beyond just trying it. Like, you can't just say, I'm an artist and I want to do this. It's like, that's cool, but there are other artists here too with resumes, visual resumes, video resumes, extensive performing backgrounds. So prior to just jumping into the Common Ground waters, it was like, go do some open mics, bro. Go get some show footage. Go do shows in front of 4 people. Because before it was thousands of people, it was 4 people.
Right.
You know what I mean? 10 people, 12 people. It gradually starts going. Build photos, get high quality photos. Put together a biography. If you can't do it yourself, pay someone to do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to cut any corners. That's really what I did. I just dressed up myself in a resume with pictures, videos, and I applied. And on the day that it became open, I hand dropped off the resume and I brought coffee and donuts because I wanted to make an impression. The same way you would go to get a job is exactly what I did.
Right.
And I got the job.
You got the job. That's what's up, man.
I didn't do anything special.
All right.
Nope.
But you just actually, like you said, manual work. You know what I'm saying? You did your leg work and you did your homework, your due diligence.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Like, can you name some artists you want to work with or plan to work with?
I want to work with the difference makers, man. I want to work with people that probably aren't on everybody's radar. St. John, I don't know if a lot of people know about him. He's very popular. He's got that song with Future called Roses. He's a melodic rock star. He's like the new age Jimi Hendrix. That kind of music has longevity. And like, you could do rap, but just know that there's going to be a new rapper every other month, every other year.
Right.
But if you do something with longevity that has a timeless sound, which is, again, why I'm trying to go down different pathways with melodies. It's timeless sound. It's not a one genre crowd. Like, if you go to a show of mine, you're not going to see just brown faces. You'll see brown, white. You pick a color, purple, blue. They'll all be there because it's just attaching to different people. If you can make like a timeless sound that reaches a larger audience, you win.
Right.
So.
Yes, Rosco P. So, how did the game make you? How did being a producer and turn into a rapper and just chasing these different melodies and flows? How did it make you who you are today?
Being that nothing was given, it made me appreciate everything. It makes me appreciate a good look. Being naive also taught me what not to do. You got to lose some money. You got to spend some money. You got to maybe lose a friend or two. It just taught me basically, if you want any of this, like really want any of this, stay up at night, cry about it, think about it all day, because that's the stuff that I do all the time, bro. And it really taught me that there's no corner cutting. Anybody that you think that just blew up overnight didn't. They didn't. They put in a whole lot of legwork that just you did not see up until just now.
Right.
But they hit their mark. So it just taught me, hey, quickest way to point A to point B is a straight line. And you can't go around, can't do it. You got to go through the fire and just pass the test. And
for real, man. Whatever challenges come along the way, man, you just gotta, That's
really what it is. Because in the root of it all, here's what it breaks down to for me, honestly. In any situation, I'm always faced with adversity. Always. Everyone is. Right. And how you judge and govern yourself during that adversity dictates whether you go to the next level or not. You either going to level up or you're going to fail. If you fail, it's cool. Right. You just got to keep repeating this test in a different form until you pass it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got to humble yourself and pass the test, whether that's being the bigger person or asking for help or shelling out money when you didn't want to. Just pass the test, my dude.
Yeah.
Get where you got to go. Faster you do, faster you get there. So that's just what I'm on.
That's what's up. You heard him, man. Free game, man. I'm liking Rosco P, man. Got some good words for him. Good gems. Good gems. So is there any new music or new things coming from Rosco P here and there?
Yeah, I just actually dropped the Scola EP, and what that was is a transitional EP for me, because a lot of people were used to, not the old Rosco, because it's not really a new person, the same person, but like a business should rebrand itself every 5 years, you know what I mean? So the Rosco prior to Common Ground and that Common Ground saw was talking about obtaining certain things. Here I am now that I've obtained these things, the message is now different. So it's like, look, we went from here to here. Now experience this journey with me while we're here, and then as we go from here to here. You know what I mean? So I just dropped that, and that was like a test of waters, and that's doing pretty well. Currently, this Monday, I'm actually doing a live recording for the stuff that I've been practicing on Facebook with the band, my band Viva La Rage, man. Those guys are awesome.
I like that so much, man. Just looking at that, man. Just that live band stuff, you know what I'm saying?
We're literally taking rap songs and we're just literally playing. And my guys, Austin, Dennis, Hezekiah, Shaq, Nika, all of them, they're just amazing. They all show up and they all work hard with me. We usually sweat it out for about 2 to 3 hours every day, but we're getting ready to live record all the songs that we've been practicing. Because in June, I'm actually headlining at this venue called Scully's in Ohio. So Scola at Scully's in Ohio. So
at Scully's.
Scola
at Scully's
in Ohio. Yep. So basically, we're just getting ready for that. So in order to promo for that, we're going to put together a live compilation of all the songs so that people can get used to hearing these songs acoustically. And then when we pull up, we'll go out and rage that, and they'll know what the hell's going on.
Right, that's smart as hell too.
Yeah, man.
That's
Not
smart.
too many people are trying to venture that way, but I'm saying the privileges at the end of the road are so much heavier. If you walk down that road less traveled, so that's what I'm on, man.
Correct, man. That's what's up, man. So where can we find Rosco P music and social media?
Anywhere you can search for it, man. Apple Music, Spotify, any streaming platform, man. ROSCO P. You'll find me. I'll be there.
Yes.
Believe it.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, check him out, man. Rosco P, man. My guy, man. I sure appreciate him for coming through, taking the time. Like, subscribe.
Please,
man. Ain't made me. Please.
Ain't made me. I'm out.
Yes.
Part of my bag is in zip. Have my pick. I'm having this shit. It part of my swag, part of the tag, part of the ocean with all my drill, part of my seal, Gucci my side. It part of this limp. It part of this ass allow me in the field. Part of the shit that you get when you live. Part of the burgers that come with the shits. Young nigga pop out, everybody chill. She pop a perky, now she out the shit. What would they talk about it? We run the shit.